David, obviously a big team effort, but I dare say you're going to be the hero in that dressing room. And are the big saves, are they always sweeter when the team then goes on and wins the game?
Well, I think everyone, like you said, is a hero here because we work together. It's not just me just saving the ball. It's Leo scoring, and then Thomas is scoring as well. But yeah, of course, it's a crucial moment of the game. That we are 0-0, and I thought we controlled very, very well the game. But obviously they had their chances, and I was there to be able to save Ollie's header.
You certainly were. So talk us through it. 8-9 minutes after half time, the ball kind of loops over your head. I mean, you haven't seen it back yet, but from one angle on super slow, it looks like you're absolutely dead, really. But what are you thinking?
No, I think of what I remember. It's a shot from outside the box. I think
a little deflection. I think
it's a deflection from Gavi. So I'm going. I think I'm on the floor, kind of thing, or on my knee on the floor. So I try to get up. I see looping over my head, and I try to reach it. I can't reach it because it's too quick. But then I see the rebound going towards the pitch again, and then I just see Ollie just going in there. So I just try to react as quick as possible, and I just put my hand there, and luckily enough, there was nobody around, so we cleared the ball, and yeah, of course, it's a fantastic save, yeah.
And is that also years and years of hard work? We don't see everything you do in training, but often warming up for a game or the little bits of training we do see, you make a save and you're up again with your goalkeeper coach and with your teammates. So is that save years in the making?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a repetition of things. No, you sometimes you do drills where you have to save one ball and then get up quick to save the other, and that's just like a repetition of years doing it, and then obviously that this time just has paid off. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but this time it's sweet to say that it has paid off all this hard work.
And I do think when we see videos of this season back in years to come, we'll see that save again and again. I asked you off camera, have you made a better one? You said yes straight away.
But yeah, no, I don't think so. I think this is a difficult one, of course. It's just a reaction one, and on top of my head, I don't think this is one of my best save on top with your Hotters at Brentford.
Yeah, and some save last week as well. You've started this season unbelievably well.
Yeah, that's what I'm there for. Trying to hold the team as much as possible to win games.
Okay, well, you're player of the match.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'd expect Arsenal to dominate possession of the game. Villa had their chances, but I think that Arsenal, they weren't in too much problem. They didn't have too many problems because they normally get impressed. They normally get impressed all over the pitch, even though they should have conceded a goal from Neck being pressed. But in the end, I thought they played well. Trossard was the big difference for me when he came on in the second half. He was making the runs that he wanted Martinelli to make, going the other way, going long, stretching them and getting crosses in. And in the end, they won the game deservedly for me.
You both called it, actually, and so did you, Tim, saying that you thought Trossard would come on and have an impact, and he did. I'm sure he's going to want to
he always has
that starting 11 soon.
He's never let the Arsenal fans or the manager down. Whenever he's asked to come off the bench, he comes on with an attitude what you want as a manager. He rolls his sleeves up and he proves to the manager that he's deserving of a start, and I would be very, very surprised next week if he doesn't start.
Would you?
Because he scores goals and he assists goals. He's a good team man with a lot of quality. He knows how to play that position. He comes into them areas, into them little pockets where it's hard to mark. Always threatens the goal. For me, he's a top draw player.
I think you said what I think he should start. I think that Mikel tries to choose the players for the occasion. I think today he thought that with Villa's high line, maybe Martinelli might be the one to breach it. But what we saw, especially in the second half, that it came more down to, because we had such good possession, Tim, in the midfield, it came down to the movement and the timing of the runs. That's what they needed to break Villa down today, and that's how we got the goals.
And what we're seeing now is just what this victory means to these Arsenal players. They're not just remembering what happened last season against Villa, they're remembering how close they came to winning the title. They can't afford to drop points, and this was a big statement today, Tim.
They all know, everyone associated to the football club, including the fans who are travelling there to watch them today. They know how difficult this fixture is, certainly early on in the season as well. And if you drop any points against that team like Man City, then it's hard to catch them up. So it's really important to win every game. And then when you play your head-to-heads against Manchester City, you need to beat them. It's as easy as that.
As easy as that. Well, look, there's plenty to discuss about this match after the break, but before that, we're going to take you straight to the results from today and the fixtures we can look forward to tomorrow. So it all started at the Amex, Brighton beating Manchester United 2-1. Palace lost out at Selhurst Park to West Ham. It was Fulham that beat Leicester at home. Manchester City 4-1 against Ipswich, although Ipswich did go ahead in that game to the delight of their fans. But it was Erling Haaland, of course, that came back and scored a hat-trick. Just his 10th City hat-trick and his 23rd career hat-trick. Southampton lost out to Forest. That's 2 defeats in a row for Southampton. Tottenham with a huge win over Everton, 4-0. And then there's confirmation of Villa losing out 2-0 to the Gunners. Tomorrow we're on the south coast as Bournemouth face Newcastle. Wolves will host Enzo Maresca's Chelsea. And Arne Slot takes charge of his first Premier League home game for Liverpool against Brentford. Now, what does all this mean for the Premier League table? It is early days, isn't it? But let's just have a look, because the teams on the bottom half, or you can see Manchester United are in that bottom half. They've had 1 win and 1 defeat. Aston Villa find themselves there as well. But if you look towards the bottom, there are a number of teams that are yet to register their first points of the campaign. And Everton have taken a massive blow to their goal difference, haven't they? With conceding 7 goals across 2 fixtures. Let's have a look at the top half of the Premier League table. And Manchester City are there. They've done wonders for their goal difference. Brighton in second, Arsenal third, Tottenham completing that top 4. We can't read too much into it, but I know those fans of the clubs in the top 4 will be delighted to see their teams. Welcome back to our Premier League fans around the world. We've just seen Arsenal beat Aston Villa by 2-0 at Villa Park. Big victory, big statement for the Gunners. But it could have actually been a very different story, Wrighty, because when you look back at Ollie Watkins and the chances he had, not just in the first half, a big one, and one in the second half, well, we could have been looking at a draw or a very different result.
Yeah, we should have been. Arsenal would have been chasing this game had he taken those chances. It's the kind of chances where, like we say with Villa, are not really closing down, but when they do see the opportunity, they get in. This is where he's got to show composure. Could have even had a touch. The goalkeeper was in no man's land. You can see the goalkeeper, he's already gone down to his left. He just needs to show composure here. That's the kind of miss that you think about, Seema. Because even when the night before was a striker, you're thinking about chances. You're not thinking of them that easy. This is even easier. You know, when you look at that, there's no excuse for this miss for me. You look at where the goalkeeper is. You've just got to direct it over there to him. It's not difficult. The ball's not going at a fast pace where you have to control it. You've just got to head that softly to the goalkeeper's left. Look at the goalkeeper's now out of the game. He's out of the game now. Now, just to the left, he won't be able to get that spring. He's put it too close to the keeper. And, you know what I mean, in the end, it's probably cost his team, if we're going to be totally honest, chances.
It's interesting because the first chance, we said this when we were analysing it at half-time, felt like he rushed it. Did he rush it again in the second half? Is it bad decision-making?
That looked like a rush, wasn't it? It was like he couldn't wait to get up to head it. It's like the goalkeeper, he didn't stay calm in the moment, Seema, because the goalkeeper's got to fall over, he's got to get back up, then he's got to react. All he's got to do is direct the ball over there with his eyes. Like Tim, look at, he's coming off the bar, not fast. He's coming towards, he can slow down and just head that over here to the left. Look at him, look. He's just tried to get it on target, and that's not the time to do that.
I mean, he anticipates it brilliantly, but all good strikers would. But the 2 chances what he's had there today, 9 times out of 10 he scores them.
Yeah.
Today he doesn't. Hence why we will not sleep until he scores again.
Oh, I bet. And how will Unai Emery be feeling after that? Because he knows his team can go out there and do it.
It's so important to score the first game in the Premier League. You know, the team that scores the first goal normally doesn't lose the football match. I think it's a very high percentage. Now, especially at home, you get the fans behind you. Yeah. I think you saw the confidence when Trossard scores, that Arsenal really took the game away from Villa then because of the confidence. Everyone wants the ball, flooding forward. The defenders, you know, they're cheering block tackles, you know, goal-saving tackles. The whole momentum changed, you know, and they're going to cut back here. They're in good position there. He's got to cut it back past 5 Villa players there, Saka. You know, Digne gets hold of him. Here, you see him when he gets close to him. There, he gets hold of him. Now, keep hold of him. In my opinion, keep hold of him. You're not going to give a foul away there. But he cuts this back. Look how he cuts it and misses everyone out. And that is a wonderful finish because he comes on the blind side of the defenders and he just hits it back from where it's coming. Right. That is a cool finish. Yes, he has a lot of time to look at it, but he sorts his feet out. Look at his body position and his balance compared to Ollie Watkins. He's over that.
Yes.
He's leaning forward. You know what he's saying there? What have I got to do? I'm the man. I always affect it. what on earth have I got to do to start in this football?
Is that what he's saying?
Well, to be honest, you know, we're talking about somebody who's arguably our best finisher, most clinical finisher with the chances, and somebody that comes on and affects games. You know, yes, we know Gabriel Martinelli's got a lot of pace, and when on form, he's very, very dangerous. But what we know with Leandro Trossard is his movement and appreciation for the rest of the team in what he does. You saw him come on and score a goal. You saw him come on and create a goal. You know, he's somebody that now, you probably have to look at him and think, what do I need to do to start?
It's a lot of that now, right, in the Premier League. You know, players who play off the wide areas are always the best finishers. Trossard, without doubt, is one of the best finishers they have there. You know, you see Jota at Liverpool. You give him a chance, he scores. You know, I think they work it a lot more. You know, they don't take it for granted. Their chances are few and far between, but when they get them, they affect the game. He's a clinical finisher, this boy.
He is, isn't he? As I mentioned as well, he scored against some big clubs last season to really help Arsenal make it so close, didn't they? They were so close last season. What about Thomas Partey's goal? Talk us through that one.
Well, again, you know, you just have to look at his movement there. Not enough closing down from Villa, and he's made the run brilliantly, but then you look at Thomas Partey, far too much time and space here on the edge of the box. Look how long it's taken Saka to actually get it to him, and he's still got that much time and space. You know, look at Trossard now. Time, bam. That's what we wasn't getting in the first half. We wasn't getting behind Villa. They're very poor in that situation. Not many teams are good in that situation. But look at the amount of time that Thomas Partey's in. And so then he's bent that round the defender. You look at him here. Look at the defender. Number 14, just bends it round and brilliant goal.
I think what you can't underestimate there is the quality from Saka. It looks from the outside. If you're sitting there looking at this at home, you think, well, it's an easy pass. But it's the appreciation of the pass. He brings Partey onto it. It gives him no control problems. All he says to him is a message on that, bend it in the bottom corner. He just lends it into him. It's a fantastic pass. He passes the ball to his teammates how he would want to receive it. He takes care. Brilliant from Saka.
To Match Day Live. So it's goalless at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Arsenal. But, you know, there's actually quite a lot to talk about and pick our way through. So we're going to get straight to it. I think we've got to start with that Ollie Watkins miss. It's so unlike him because he had so much time and space, but he'll be ruined that missed opportunity now. Absolutely.
The best chance of the game, without doubt. They put a press on, which is very unlike him because normally they just wait for Arsenal to make mistakes. Bailey goes in, very aggressive in the press. Morgan Rogers has been outstanding. Just slides the ball into him. There's no excuse. There's no bobble there, but Ollie's just got... You know, do you know what? I said before at the top of the show, when he's got the ball to his feet and he's got a half a chance and he hits things through legs and all that, when he's at his worst, right, but he needs to be taken out. He's an international player. That is a sitter.
It is. And again, what it comes down to with this kind of finish is your basics. You think, OK, the goalie's gone down, basics. I'm going to lean over it. I'm going to get good contact. I'm going to get that on target. No one has any right to score every single chance, but you have to hit that. You know something? When you watch it, can we see again? When you watch it, he's leaning back, he's come off of his heel, and he's, like you say, Tim, he's an international player. Watch him, look, he's leaning back, look, he's come off his heel. You've got to see from the time that Rodgers is laying that across, your body's already got to be in a position where you're coming onto it straight on.
He looked like he rushed it as well. Like
it's all about preparation. He recognises Rodgers has won the ball. He knows the quality of Rodgers. He knows he's going to get that. But he backs up, gives himself room, tries to come away from it, but he gets caught up and he's almost a stumble as he's backing up. And then he's absolutely right. It's just there's no composure there. There's no balance in his finish where he should be on top, just slide. I mean, he should be putting that in the net. Worst case, goalkeeper has to get across and make a save. But you have to be hitting the target.
Well, let's talk now about Arsenal. They seem to be having some joy on the flanks, but is it that final ball that's letting them down a bit?
At the moment, yeah. And I think that the link-up play on the left-hand side isn't as great as I thought it would be. But what you can see from Arsenal is when Villa do get it wrong in respect of their press, these are the situations you find yourself in. This is a poor ball for me, outside of the foot to behind everybody. I think that you want to make sure that you keep that in play, lay it into somebody. Again, with this one, they've broken Villa again, and then you want... This ball's got to be with conviction. So on his weaker foot, right across that area, and then you've got on the far post, look where he's gone. He's going in, he should be getting to the far post, and Kai Havertz should be knowing that he's going to play that right across the box. And then you look at, again here, with Partey, he does brilliantly. But this is good play from Saka, and this is what we're talking about in respects of getting the ball in these areas, like here. But that's a world-class save. You know, that's what Saka's capable of doing. Him and Martin Odegaard have got that little intricacy going on, and that could have been a goal out of nothing, but it was a world-class save.
Now, Tim, earlier on you mentioned Morgan Rogers, a player that I know you're a fan of. He had a really good run, a good spell in this match.
Yeah.
Tell us why you like him so much.
Well, I like him first and foremost, not only because he cost £8 million, by the way. He could be £80 million the way he's playing. But he gets in them little sneak areas and he drives with the ball. He doesn't break lines with his passing. He breaks lines with his dribbling ability. And as a midfield player, once that ball gets played in behind you, and if you're Declan Rice or you're Thomas Partey, and that ball's getting played in behind, and you've got someone who breaks like this and wants to dribble and go to the heart of your defence, he can only cause the opposition problems. He's got a lot of confidence. This boy will be a superstar. And I'll say it again, £8 million. Fantastic business. He's getting better and better. Top drawer, that boy is.
High praise there from Tim Sheridan. Very quickly, Unai Emery will be happy with the draw in the first half?
I think he's quite content, yeah. I think one magnificent save, as Wright said, from the Saka shot, but the best chance of the game fell to Watkins. They're catching Arsenal on a counter-attack at the moment. So far, so good for Villa.
OK, we'll play.
No goals, perhaps not what we expected so far between Aston Villa and Arsenal, but Ollie Watkins and Villa will be ruining a big opportunity that came and went, Lee. And what's really interesting is how they actually created this chance from their press.
Yeah,
Tell us what happens here.
It was pretty slow to start the game off, wasn't it? I think, you know, both sides were backing off, and then you could just see John McGinn, he's just tempting to go, and I think if you look now, there's not many options in that back line for Arsenal.
Something triggers them.
Yeah, and I think
As he's playing in that position, Gabriel finds himself in a real mess. Once he takes that touch inside, Bailey is